Let's kick the beat. It's your turn. The conga drums.
Back then you got a close and white fan with you. Yeah, what's up, man? Nice. Yeah, I love you, bro. You're fucking integrating with the local. Same with you guys too.
This right here, this is very grassroots, you know. It's all just, you know, just average Joes. We had people. We've had taxi drivers. We had professional doctors. We've had lawyers. We had bankers. We've had people of all trades come up and do stand up, you know. And that's the brilliant thing of it, man. It's the voice of the people, you know.
That's the magic word, like your own voice, because people don't want to see a carbon copy of somebody, of the original. They want to see you.
You never see comedians who are 16. There are no Justin Biebers of comedy, you know, because to do this you need to have a lot of experience, and not just on stage but off stage as well.
Stand-up comedy is reliant upon reaction. Stand-up comedy is not script reading. I don't get up on stage and I read a script. I tell a story. How the audience reacts determines how I tell my story.
You know, you need the audience to give the energy as much as the comedian gives. And every time we go on stage, no matter how solid our material is, no matter how good of our experience is, we have no idea what will happen in the end of that 20 minutes after we're finished, you know what I mean?
In Malaysia, we do not have pawn shops. We just have pirate DVDs. No, but Malaysia, by the way, Malaysia produces the best pirate DVDs. Is that true or not? Yeah.
Any stand-up comedian who does not listen to his audience is not going to succeed. But by listening, I mean laughter tells you something, not laughing tells you something.
How did you guys meet?
Business.
Business? Oh, fuck off. You guys met on Tinder, didn't you?
The stage weeds out all this like wannabes really, really quickly, because you have to go through all the bad shows. You have to learn from that and everything. A lot of people don't want that. They want the instant, like, oh, I talking to mama, I can make all my friends laugh, so I can make anybody laugh. Nah, it's different, like friends and strangers. You have different styles to make them laugh.
People judge comedy differently than they judge other art forms. When you go and see a comedy show and you have a really bad time, you will actually blame comedy. You actually blame stand-up. A lot of people will actually say, like, this stand-up thing, I'm not into it.
What else about Malaysians? Malaysia, we love to eat, right? Who here loves to eat? Make some noise. That's the worst question in the world. Who here loves to eat? I don't like to eat now. No. We are only doing it for 4 years now, you know. But I think so it takes time lah. But that's the unique thing about Malaysia, is because we can make fun of ourselves, and that, I would not say that is the core identity of Malaysian stand-up, but it is one of the elements of things that we speak about lah, you know, in our stand-up routine.
We're very, very much, almost very new industry. A lot of the American comedians or the Australian or the British comedians, they come down here, and honestly, they feel jealous. They feel jealous that we are at this time. You know, where they're from, the comedy scene has been so saturated. You know, somewhat even jaded a little bit.
Fucking end it. I mean, it's great. I mean, being white sometimes is an advantage. If you don't believe me, ask Gandalf.
Malaysians, in general, stand-up comedy is very new. Unless you've been overseas, stand-up comedy is quite new to see it live. If you go to Melbourne or England or America, stand-up comedy to them is like nasi lemak. So for them, you've got to give me the best nasi lemak because I've tried it all. Malaysians have not tried all the stand-up comedians, so their level of sophistication and understanding is slightly less compared to overseas or Western countries.
What do you call a Bollywood prostitute? Jai ho!
Right now we're seeing more. I guess the flavor of Malaysian stand-up comedy would be race, because that's the most prominent thing. It's not to say we necessarily talk solely about that, but race seems to be the main thing in Malaysian comedy.
Malay people now, Malay people! Small group of people. Now we know how it feels to be a minority in this country, right?
Is there power in it? Of course, I think there's power. In anything that brings people together in a group and collectively create immense energy and laughter, of course, is very powerful. A lot of the comedians who take on the role of a full-time comedian and performing at corporate gigs, they have a responsibility to not just get better at the craft for themselves, but also to keep a good name to stand up.
Well, it has the power only because people are able to laugh about something and then realize at the end of the day, no matter what issue is, there can or could be a funny side to it.
Because there's always watershed moments in stand-up comedy around the world. There's always somebody that says something that causes a ruckus or something, for good or bad, and then it changes the mindset.
Our law reminds me of the extinct dodo birds. And also, there's this one lady who loves to shop, reminds me of Panda Bear from China. Yeah, she does.
Change is a weird thing. People will change because they want to change. But I believe stand-up comedy does allow people to talk about and deal with certain issues which may be deemed sensitive or serious. So stand-up comedy has the power to lighten it.
It promotes freedom of speech, you know, and in a place where you can get arrested for what you put on the internet. You know what I mean? Nowadays we're living in that time now. But here we are sort of we have a shield, you know.
Then you contract a bigger fish and you become a dato fish, then you got all the small fish. And then 2.6 million small fishes go missing, no one gives a fuck. Because all the big shark, the small fish become shark and they eat everything. Stand-up is something that, you know, I want to voice out my opinions, but in a very funny way. And it kind of helps the people to realize, hey, I can use stand-up to talk about things that, you know, that I want to say, but I can't say, but this guy is saying it.
I think comedy is in our culture. It is. Freedom of speech is an art. You know, so in a way, these two facets of our culture can finally coincide, can finally, you know, come together.
As a Malaysian, who doesn't feel censored? I personally practice self-censorship, but that's just common sense.
And as far as the you know, the bureaucratic side, you know, the authorities, you know, as far as they're concerned, comedy is good because their poster boy is a good comedian. Harith Iskandar, he's like our poster boy.
In Malaysia, we have rules, regulations, cultural norms. We have a fence. As a comedian, what you do is you step over the fence once in a while and you come back. Step over the fence without people realizing you stepped over the fence. That's where the skill is. So basically, you're just pushing the border just a little bit. You're not, and don't go all the way over. All the way over to me is also too easy as well.
Because you know how it is. Western households, the way they bring up their children, very different. You're aware of the couple in Sweden, right? A Malaysian couple in Sweden doing a very Malaysian thing, like, hey, but you didn't study. Normal thing, ended up in jail. Because in Sweden, you cannot hit your children.
At the end of the day, we really love what we're doing, and we just want people to know.
I just want the scene to grow because I love comedy. I want to see where it evolves and everything.
At the end of the day, and this is true, those who want to be a comedian, get up on stage and do it. Those who have never seen it live, go and watch it. Because I guarantee you, you watch a good show live, not every show is going to be good. If you watch a good show live, you'll get the bug.
It's just really for fun lah. It's for people to get away from their hectic life and their stressful work and this and that, for them to come in and have a place where they can release and let go. That's it really. You know, we're not going to overthrow governments. We're not going to start movements. We just want to make people laugh.
Got my eye fly on ya like insanity grabbed ya. Y'all see the packaging, and I can't stand rappers. They're bound to get ripped.